being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is, what does a woman want? Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive, and will come forth later, in uglier ways. But, one thing about human beings puzzles me the most, is their conscious effort to be connected with the object of their affection, even if it kills them slowly within. When inspiration does not come to me, I go halfway, to meet it. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. The mind is like an iceberg, it floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. One is very crazy when in love. Where does a thought go when it's forgotten? Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. Dogs love their friends, and bite their enemies, quite unlike people, who are incapable of pure love, and always have to mix love and hate. Words have magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness, or deepest despair. They can transfer knowledge from teacher to student. Words enable the orator to sway his audience, and dictate its decisions. Words are capable of arousing the strongest emotions, and prompting all men's actions. Dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. The ego is not master in its own house. Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. After all, we did not invent symbolism. It is a universal, age-old activity of the human imagination. He that has eyes to see, and ears to hear, may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chatters with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him, at every pore. Civilized society is perpetually menaced with disintegration, through this primary hostility of men towards one another. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it will not rest until it has gained a hearing. Finally, after a countless succession of rebuffs, it succeeds. The virtuous man contents himself with dreaming that which the wicked man does in actual life. What a distressing contrast there is between the radiant intelligence of the child and the feeble mentality of the average adult. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. Illusions commend themselves to us, because they save us pain, and allow us to enjoy pleasure, instead. We must therefore accept it, without complaint, when they sometimes collide with a bit of reality against which they are dashed to pieces. Time spent with cats is never wasted. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. There is a psychological technique which makes it possible to interpret dreams, and, if that procedure is employed, every dream reveals itself as a psychical structure, which has a meaning, and which can be inserted at an assignable point in the mental activities of waking life.